50 past the hour. This morning, we're learning new details about the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua, which President Trump labeled an invading force on Saturday when he invoked the Alien Enemies Act. Hours later, he sent hundreds of migrants on deportation flights to El Salvador, including what the Trump administration alleges is 250 members of Tren de Aragua. NBC's David Noriega is with us this morning. David, I know you have new reporting out on Tren de Aragua, this violent and just blood-filled organization. What did you learn?
Yeah, Jose, so I've spent at this point months off and on reporting on Tren de Aragua and its presence here in the United States, specifically just published this in-depth report. So on the one hand, you have the Trump administration, which portrays Tren de Aragua, or TDA as law enforcement refers to them, as enough of an organized and powerful presence to threaten the very national security of the United States. The reality is more complicated. So the gang is very real and it has a very real presence in the United States. What appears to be a pretty organized, sophisticated presence in around 6 states. Their operations include everything from sex trafficking to relatively low-level drug and arms dealing to violent offenses like homicide and kidnapping. It's important to note, though, Jose, that by far the principal victims of TDA's criminal activity in the United States are not Americans, but other Venezuelan migrants. By and large, they victimize people in their own community. Also, Jose, one of the things that sets Tren de Aragua apart from other criminal organizations is that it's very loosely organized. This is one of the reasons it's been able to grow so fast. It has a sort of criminal model that's easy to replicate. For that reason, it's often difficult to know whether somebody actually belongs to the group. And there are pretty serious concerns with some of the methods, the known methods, that law enforcement uses to affiliate criminal suspects with the gang, including, for example, saying that certain tattoos that are actually quite popular among poor and working people in Venezuela, whether they belong to a gang or not, are a marker of gang affiliation. This is important, Jose, because in two of the most aggressive moves by the Trump administration to go after the gang, on the one hand, the invocation of the Alien Enemies Act this weekend and the deporting of those hundreds of people to El Salvador, and on the other hand, the shipping of migrants to the naval base on Guantanamo Bay, the administration has not offered any evidence to support its claims that these people are members of Tren de Aragua. And I've spoken to 2 lawyers, one in each of those cases, who say that their clients were falsely accused, in part because of their tattoos, of belonging to the gang. So it's a very murky picture and not nearly as clear as the administration makes it out to be.
Yeah, Tren de Aragua did kill Americans, and David, I mean, you know as better than anybody else. Tren de Aragua is charged with killing a Venezuelan exile in Chile, someone who
Correct.
had left. So this is an organized group that has killing as part of their modus operandi. Thank you, David. It's always a pleasure to see you, my friend.